I'm ChampChong. It's snowing outside, and well, this is just plain unlucky. What's up guys, I'm currently in St. Louis, Missouri, which if you need a geographical brush up, is just southwest of Chicago. And for the first time I get to see snow, which is, well, awesome, but I am freezing my butt off. But who cares about all that when you can actually send in your clips like the one you just saw, and it could be on next week's show. All you have to do is post it as a video response down below, and as I said, it could be on next week's show. But last week we hit over 3,000 thumbs up, so this week let's try to beat that. So click that thumbs up button just over there and let's see how much we can actually get. And yes, you should thumbs up because next week's show is back home in Australia. It's probably going to be like 100 degrees hotter back home. Speaking of back home, I am away from back home, but I am now in the United States for a holiday. I've been here a couple weeks and I've noticed something. Well, the games, they're a lot cheaper over here. Most of you are about to comment that it's the exchange rate, but right now both the Australian dollar and the American dollar are both on even terms. Now back home in Australia, if you walk into an EB game store, you would notice that the games are around $100 or more brand new. But over here in the United States, they go for about $59.99 brand new. So when you put the games side by side in both countries, Australians are getting ripped off and Americans are getting them for half price. And well, that's why I've stacked up on PS3 games and accessories. Sadly, I couldn't get Xbox 360 games since they're region locked, unlike the PS3 Blu-ray discs. The original question I had for myself was, do video games in America suck or something because they're so cheap? But then I thought about it and realized that I'm in the United States because of video games. And a nation where video games suck would not be very fun, and it would be very sad, but not this week's sad news.
Sad news! What the fuck?
Okay, so this week's sad news kind of continues on from the last story, but it doesn't. So many of you guys have been wanting to know, ChampChong, what is the sales of the PS3 and Xbox in the holiday season? Well, lucky for you, I do have those statistics now, and well, if you're a PS3 fan, look away. But to all the 360 fans, you're about to have a party because the Xbox 360 sold 3.27 million units in the months of November and December of 2010. The PS3, on the other hand, sold a sad news type story of 1.74 million units. So yes, this basically means the 360 made a whopping 42% jump this holiday season to the PS3's 11% decline. The saddest part for Sony is that the only AAA title that they had this holiday season was Gran Turismo 5, and it didn't even make it into the top 10. Don't look away just yet, Sony fans, because this is the Chong Show and we do have the big news.
Big news!
This week's big news is Sony related, and it is a bit handheld. So you may or may not know that Sony is currently working on a PSP2. As most of the world pretty much already knows, Nintendo controls the handheld market right now. Sony is also aware that the Nintendo 3DS is going to be a major hit amongst the younger target audience, so they have to do something a bit about that. Now, since the dawn of portable gaming devices, graphics have never been top notch, but now Sony is looking a little in another direction so they can change that. Now, it is rumored that Sony is working on the PSP2, which is down to the standard of the Xbox 360 and PS3 graphics. Well, it didn't say that, it said the home console graphics, but you get what I mean. But Sony did state the PSP2 will have graphics to the standards of the PS3, so that's why I'm saying this. But anyway, I'm not sure how true this is or even how much I'm allowed to say, so if you do want to know more about the PSP2, check out the secret link in the description below. And as every week I get interrupted, here he is again, Gorilla Man, with the question of the week. Thanks, Gorilla Man. Okay guys, Gorilla Man wants to know, if you could make your own portable video game console system, what would you call it? Put your answers down below in the comments section and you could be on next week's show. Anyway, from St. Louis, Missouri, I'm ChampChong, my accent's Australian. Here are the answers from last week's question.